Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today I have for you a single occupancy dorm room makeover. If you're wondering how to place a single dorm room, just in case you don't know, when you load in the lot, this is from a gallery, you can decorate whenever, but when you load in the lot with your sim on the lot, you would just need to type in Control-Shift-C and then type in bb.enable free build and then hit enter, and I'll try to pop that on the screen if I can, just for clarity. If I forget to do that, I'll put it in the description. But that's how you would enter build mode, and then sorry, my accent's popping off because I've been at a family event. But you'll enter build mode, and then you can go into the gallery, place a custom room, or you can, style it up, do what you feel. And that's what I did here today. I wanted to, because I'm in, I think it's Wyvern Hall. I think that's the one I'm in. It's the one with the roommates already preloaded, and I did that just to make sure those cheats were still current and still usable, because I didn't want to say, yeah, do this, and then it not work, So I did test that, and I did play test this room. Everything is accessible, everything is usable. I didn't have any routing issues or anything like that, and I didn't anticipate that I would, but you never know, So really my only thought with this one was maybe they got to bring their own furniture, but like the walls and the carpet and all of that stuff kind of stayed the same. So student housing, am I right? My experience when I was in a dorm was the furniture didn't move. The only piece of furniture that you could move was a chair, and it was one of those plastic chairs that are really uncomfortable, full of static. Like, I hated that chair. But you would walk in, I think I've talked about this before, but you walk into the room, and immediately in the entryway on either side is a closet and a dresser that over top of the dresser had a medicine cabinet. And there were these little, like, not a half wall, it's kind of like an archway, but also not really. They were just like a divider thing on either side of that like dresser area. And then this was all in a straight line, by the way. You walk straight down the room. There's a bed, once you get past that wall, there's a bed on either side, a extended twin or whatever it's called, the longer twins. And then at the end of the twin bed, there was a desk. And then there was this little window alcove that bumped out so you could place like your refrigerator or whatever you had. And then along both sides of the room, starting from the divider all the way to the end of the window, was a long shelf. So that was all the space that you had in this dorm room. And I was lucky, I got to room with my best friend. So it was a little bit more cozy and comfortable than it probably is for most people. But that, that furniture, you couldn't change it out. You couldn't move it. The only thing you could do is, hang posters, pictures, lights, stuff like that to make it more comfortable. After that, I lived in an apartment that was off campus. That was an experience. And then my final year at that particular school, I lived in student housing that provided furniture, but you could also bring some of your own. You only had so much room to do so, but you definitely could move in your own things if you wanted to. So I've kind of had like the best of all the worlds there. I survived the dorm, I survived a single apartment, I survived a student apartment, and then, yeah. So I kind of wanted to meet in the middle here. I decided that this particular dorm, they would allow students to bring their own furniture. The only thing that isn't changeable is that little like sink countertop area. I did not have a dorm that had a sink in it. I kind of wish that we had, even if it was just one, because doing the dishes was complicated. You either had to go into the bathroom, which is kind of gross, but like I did it. You do what you got to do. Or you had to go into the basement. Now I was on the first floor, so the basement was not that big of an issue. But it's like kind of, if you have this like tote or tub of dishes and you're going down and doing them and carrying them back up, like sometimes you just don't have time for that, which is why the majority of us use the bathroom. And then brushing your teeth and stuff like that was kind of a headache. I never minded the co-ed. It wasn't a co-ed bathroom, but it was one of those, what is it called? Communal bathrooms. So there was no suite style. It was a room with 4 toilets, 4 shower stalls, and then there were 8 sinks, 4 on either side of the room. And it really wasn't that bad. I didn't mind it. It was fine. I never felt like I didn't have any privacy or anything like that. So I forgot why I'm talking about this at this point. Anyway, so we're just kind of furnishing out the dorm. I don't have a specific sim in mind. I just really liked the bathroom clutter. For some reason, the bathroom clutter inspired me to go dorm as well. And I kind of wanted to use some of those new items that we got if you purchase the pack in this room. I think if you did not purchase the pack, all that's going to be missing is the decor that is around the sink. And there are plenty of base game items to replace what is here. So I kind of tried to be a little bit mindful and not go super overboard, but I don't know, for some reason this really spoke to me. I will say that towel rack that I just tried to pull out, I thought something was off about it. I didn't use it in my last build. It's massive. That is massive. I don't know why it's so large and still looks so empty. I don't like the sizing of that particular item. I'm probably the only one, but here we are. So when you come into this dorm, as you can see, there was that little sink area. Initially, I was gonna put the refrigerator and the microwave there. It didn't feel right. I decided not to do that and to kind of separate the space a little bit more. So I think when you walk in, this is like her, I'm heading out the door, I'm gonna put my makeup on and grab my bag, or you know, whatever. This is her getting ready space. We have our desk now that we're doing the study space. I am picturing a female just because I was kind of tapping into myself when I was making this. I don't own any of these items. My stuff does not reflect this really at all, but I was just kind of thinking, if I was a sim, right, and I was going to the school and I had these items, like what combination of this would I enjoy? And this is kind of what I landed on within the parameters. But we have our study space. I did give her the streaming computer only because I don't like the size of the laptops on the desk. That is such a petty thing. Obviously, the scale of the items in this game are not consistent. I think that's been brought up, and that's not necessarily a criticism because you can only do so much, and I could not build something like this, but there are certain items that just look weird, and it's just a reality. They look strange with the items that we have. I feel like desks and dressers are the most cumbersome. They're the largest or the most inconsistent is really what I'll say for size and quality. Just a personal opinion. So we have the desk, and then we have a little chair there. I imagine she can pull that chair out to the middle of the room, turn it if she's got company, so if she's sitting at the desk, they can kind of sit there and speak with her or whatever. You saw on top of her dresser, which is really some, what do you call those, chests, things like that, travel chests. We have her music player, we have a TV, so that's kind of her entertainment space. I don't feel like she's getting into those that often. That's why I kind of used it as such, but it looks more to me like luggage that she stored and she just repurposed it. And then we're kind of getting into the end of the room here. So you saw the bed, obviously, and the nightstand. I really tried to pack in as much personality into this room as I could. I think I succeeded. The only thing that I leave out that you can't really tell because I wanted to leave it open is what her major might be or what they might be into in general. Because when I attend university in The Sims, I never know what direction I'm gonna go until I'm there. So I wanted to be able to add those customized details and stuff like that when I actually play. I didn't want to go into it with that in mind because what if I decorate for like a political science major and then my sim ends up being really like artistic or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. So we're finishing up here with the kitchenette area, and I do place a mirror behind this rolling cart because I feel like that cart can be pulled in and out and away from the wall, so it felt realistic. On the top, she's got her food storage, snacks, and things like that next to the mini fridge and the microwave, and then on the bottom, I feel like she's got some just additional books and things like that. When you're in school, you really have to be intentional and creative with how you store things, especially when you're living in a tiny space like this, and it just felt fun to kind of try to tap into some of that in The Sims. But on that note, I'm actually going to leave you guys here. There's about a minute of footage left or so, plus the screenshots. As always, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below, letting me know what you think. You can also subscribe if that's something that would spark joy for you. I do post every single Monday. There will be a link for the room download and a Sims file share if you want the tray files. If you want to download it from the gallery, it will also be available there. I will post screenshots on Instagram if I can. I've been having an issue with that. I'm a little bit behind, but I will post screenshots there eventually if you want to hop over there and check those out. In the meantime, I will see you on Monday with my next video, and I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye, guys.
The things I noticed, how she practices piano on her thigh, imagining the keys inside her mind. Does she notice things I notice. Our eyes wander the room when it gets quiet, searching for solutions in the silence. But I'm here, I'm here.